Hey, welcome back to Trapper Snore, everyone. I'm Trapper Dan. I have some really cool trail camera stuff for you to see and some last minute trapping prep before the season starts. Let's do it. This is a new three-way intersection I've never trapped before. Got the tail end of this bobcat after that coyote went through. And then the bobcat at 9:20 in the morning. It's a real busy spot. Lots of does. This is a buck with a nice rack. Smaller body though, compared to some other bucks I've been watching. I'm definitely going to put some traps on the corners of this. I got this bobcat coming around the other direction. It's very interesting how bobcats seem to be on a mission. They're always just kind of walking straight ahead. I never seem to catch them hunting unless that's what they're doing. This coyote's picking up my beaver bait station, pulling it to the side. They always want to pull it away, but this time he doesn't go far, and he just kind of munches on it right there. Good looking coyote. Definitely going to be setting a walkthrough here for this season. This is a new spot just inside a meadow. That rear coyote, I think he heard the camera or something, or he caught. Definitely something spooked him. But the front coyote doesn't seem to care at all. He's sniffing something there, I think, in that corner. And then he just kind of saunters off comfortably. And then another time he comes back and goes right back to that spot. I have to check that during the day. I don't know what they're sniffing at right on that corner there. But looks like a nice coyote, definitely full furred. It's a beautiful hardwood forest right inside a farm field. And right here you can see him passing back through. So this buck has a nicer body, but a smaller rack than the last one. This is a different property. I feel like he smells the camera or something. He definitely is like noticing it, and he's just using his nose. It looks like it's pretty breezy out, so who knows what he's smelling. Licking his nose. In a minute here, he's just going to take off. Nice body on that guy. This is a busy trail. Boy, it's like every 2 days, bobcats are walking through here, and they're not the same bobcats. Like this is a smaller one here. The camera didn't trigger soon enough. And then we get another daytime cat coming through. That's a nice size. Looks like a tom. This one just made the cut for the video because I think it's artful. Look at those trees in the wind. This was taken by a trail camera. I just think it's a beautiful video. This is at the bait rock. So we'll back up a little and see that the coyotes are still going to the rock. This one got a little nervous from the camera. These are no-glow cameras, but they do sometimes notice them. So he got nervous. But then again, this one doesn't care at all. He's like, there's a plane. Crop dusters do land near here. He's watching the plane, hanging out. He looks like a pretty rough coyote, honestly. It's the same guy. He's hanging out in the afternoon. I mean, this is 11:53. Almost lunchtime. This is about 50 yards outside my bedroom window, right on a pond behind my house, and the bobcat's working the edge of the pond. And then he comes back because going to the right there is kind of a dead end. I know where a lot of the animals are moving now, and I'm actually taking a bunch of cameras down. We'll be putting them on some trap sets to see how the animals work the sets, but I'm also going to some new properties and just setting those cameras out and letting them stay there, and I'll go back. Yeah, where those cameras have been, I absolutely know where the animals are moving. So now it's all about trapping season and seeing what we can catch. This pulley system here, I use that with a Skinner's Friend system for skinning, and I'm ready to move to a hoist. I wanted to do everything by hand and sort of feel what was going on with the skins and get better at skinning and handling fur, but now I'm ready to get the machines to do some of the work for me, especially if I get numbers on raccoons and things like that. I just want to bang them out pretty quick. So I'm no carpenter and I'm no mechanic, but I'm gonna do my best to get this hoist on the ceiling of my fur shed, and I'm gonna get some anchors into the floor and create my own skinning machine. So what I understand is these beams right here are putting the weight on the walls of the fur shed, and that's why my hoist system works the way it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another beam in over here and extend this. I'd like to leave the pulley system in case I need it, so I'm just going to build out next to it for the hoist. Okay, so that's pretty strong. I can like hang from this. Yeah, this is nice and strong. So what I'm gonna do is brace this up to the top now, just like I have it on the other side. And then I'm gonna build in for the hoist to go in between here. I got this perforated tube that the hoist is gonna bolt to. So that's gonna have to go up in here like this. I like to get it almost as high as I can. And so I'm gonna build up to put this right on top of the wood, and then probably just screw it into place and make it removable, which would be kind of cool. Hopefully it's gonna be here for a long time, but if I need to remove it, I could, or replace it. And I have to make sure that the hoist itself, well, you can see that these brackets that hold the hoist are going to go right over this and then bolt right down into the hoist. So that's cool. Perfect size. And then just to get an eyeball on it, the hoist itself has to fit up in here. So I do want to make sure that I don't put wood up that actually blocks me from fitting it up in here. I think I'll just center it in the shed as well. All right, I think it's gonna fit fine. I pre-drilled my hangers and put the screws in them part way, so it's a little easier up here. Definitely much easier working right-handed. The Amish guys who built this shed are probably saying, what the heck is he doing? I'm just building this up higher to get the hoist up as high as I can. Once you have like a long coyote or something like that, you want to have as much space as you can. At least that's what I found. The hoist is a little bit too short, so I was, working at the floor. Okay, everybody, have mercy on me. Being as I'm not an engineer, a carpenter, or a mechanic, I'm just a pastry chef and a trapper. Here's what I did. I figured I'd over-engineer it. It's kind of like I built a wall. But actually the bar stock is just braced in there. It's loose right now. But I have it basically right up in between the studs. And now I can put my hoist right up in the middle there and bolt it on, and everything could be taken down. It's just screwed in. It's time to get the hoist up in there and bolt it in. See if this all works. One bracket is on. It was hard to hold up here, but get the second one now. Oh, it's threaded. Wow. Okay, now it's time for the wrench. Actually, a ratchet might even work better. So then all I have to do is switch my gambrel over to this one. Sweet. We're ready to go. I just hooked this up so I'm not always hooking myself in the head when I'm not using it. Very happy to have that done. Now I have my manual hoist and my mechanical on. Sweet. Perfect. As we start skinning in a future video, I'll show you why I put the anchors there the way I did and how I'm planning to use them. It's 2 days from trapping season, October 23rd. You're not going to believe what I'm doing. A little bit more last minute prep. One of my property owners has a huge dairy farm. Hey, did you know that New York State is 5th among dairy production in the United States? Yeah, we have 3,000 dairy farms in New York State. And although we're 5th in milk production, we are #1 in cottage cheese and #1 in yogurt. That's pretty amazing. So we can see a lot of the little small family farms are defunct and falling down, but a lot of the farms that are successful have a lot of cows. So this particular one I'm on has somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 cows. And so I gave the owner a call and said, "Where's your boneyard?" And it's right behind me. I guess you could call it the elephant graveyard of the cows. I got my bucket and we're gonna dig around in the graveyard here and pull out some nice T-bones to be using on the trap line this season. Basically there's leg bones like everywhere. I'm kind of looking for this kind of stuff. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's a whole skull. Yeah, we don't really need that, although that's pretty dang cool. Man, if that had some horns on it, I'd probably save it and put it at my fur shed. Here. Maybe mean, I can make T-bones out of these, but I'm looking for the spinal bones. What do we got over here? Oh, this is a nice one. There we go. That's exactly what we want. So it's like a stake that's going to go into the ground, and then we're going to use this hole right up here to put our bait or whatever lure we want to use. This is exactly what we're looking for. That's a T-bone. The thing is, they're not all together because they take the tractor in here and they mix up this pile. So if I could find a whole carcass together, I could get a bunch of T-bones, but right now I'm just sort of digging through various things. There's a lot of fresh stuff up here. I didn't leave Willie out because this is particularly messy and, you know, could be disease ridden. Oh yeah, there's a lot of bones up here. Here's a spine. We're gonna take this one because we can cut it up. I know this might seem strange to a lot of people, but this is what trappers do. We do weird stuff like this, like finding bones in graveyards. Oh yeah, I hit the jackpot here. So these are all T-bones. This is the spine, and we got these rib bones connected. So I gotta knock the junk off it, but basically we got a whole bunch right here. So I'm making my my trip a little bit shorter. Perfect. There's another one right here. That's perfect. The steak on it. There's another one laying there. Here's a couple more together. Oh, this is a jackpot for a trapper. 3 in a row. And I got a whole pile here. All right. I think my bucket's getting pretty full. We got a ton. Well, that was good find. Definitely kind of stinky around here, so I'm gonna get out of here, get cleaned up. But we got some really good free trapping tools here with the T-bones. Sorry, Willie, we had to leave you in the car for this one, bud. It's really messy out here. Yeah, so I'm actually recording right here next to my car, and check this out. The coyotes have been right here. So, yep, coyotes can't resist the thousands and thousands of years of ancestry and following the food. So wherever you have cows, you have coyotes. And they probably hang out at this boneyard and get a few snacks, especially in the deep winter. They're probably coming in here and chewing on bones. They're always looking for that fresh cow that's coming in. So yeah, no wonders there's coyote sign here. I don't trap on this particular property, but this would be a great place to trap for coyotes if I did. Well, that was super fun. Hey, all around the country, trapping seasons are started, and we can see people are harvesting already in different states. But here in New York State, we still have to wait till the 25th. And actually that first week from the 25th, you know, until Thanksgiving, you're questionably getting prime fur or not. Generally, we have to wait until November for our fur to get prime. Although I totally understand there's trappers trapping for other reasons, and also there's trappers that have vacations planned and they have to start early. Here's the T-bones that we foraged at the cow graveyard. You can see that hole right there, perfect for putting your bait or lure, and you can pound these guys right into the ground. But one of the things is that they're also pretty easy for a canine to pull up out of the ground. And if they pull them up out of the ground and bring them somewhere else, which they often do, you know, the animals come in and they grab stuff and then they run because they don't want anyone else to get it. So they'll grab this bone and run too if they can get it out of the ground. Now, when the ground's really frozen, maybe you can get that in strong enough, it's going to keep them there, and by then you caught them in the trap. But every once in a while, they might come in and grab it and not step in your trap, and now you have nothing attracting animals to your trap and the bone's gone. So we have a solution for that. A bunch of these are going to get drilled. So these are last year's anchors. And I've inspected them and they look fine. But what can happen is you can get some fray in your cable, especially if you got some catches on them or whatever. They were just tough getting in the ground or out of the ground when you pulled them. See, I do have a bunch of anchors here that are usable, but a little bit bent. Anyways, since I have new anchors made that I'm going to hold animals with, I'm going to use the old anchors to hold things like this T-bone. I'm going to throw a ferrule on here. Throw it through the T-bone. It's probably a little shorter than I would like, but I think it's actually going to be okay. Then I'm going to throw that cable right back through the ferrule. Then I'll get my press here. Press it down. It's a little awkward for me in front of the camera here, but get that one. And there we have it. A T-bone on an anchor. So I'll be able to send this into the ground and no coyote, no bobcat, nobody's going to be able to pull this out and walk away with it. And hopefully I can use it for years to come. I'll just pull it out when I need to. I got about 8 of these T-bones with anchors on them, and then I got a few left without, and I think that's good to get us going. In 2 days, I'm going to start setting my fisher traps because we have a short season in New York. Next year, it's going to get longer. But we don't have a bag limit, so we can get our traps out and get going. I'm going to just fisher trap for a couple days early. And then guess what? One of my viewers invited me to go trapping with him on his line. And to me, that's like really cool that I got to know somebody out there through Trapper Snore YouTube channel. And he reached out to me and said he would love for me to come on his trap line with him and see how he does it. And apparently this guy's pretty good. He has a long line of 40 farms and 80 to 100 miles in the center of New York State. So not too far from me. And I talked to him on the phone. And I don't know this guy other than him watching me, but I can tell you that he sounded just like my friends from high school talking on the phone. We're the same age. Obviously, we have a lot of the same interests. So watch for that episode coming soon. Trapper Dan is not going to be trapping his own line, but he's going to be trapping with someone else for a few days at the beginning of the 25-26 trapping season. And you'll have to wait to the next episode to see who that is. So remember, everybody, Trapper Snore, sustainable, natural, organic, and renewable resource. Good luck out there.